I have returned. I'm just cleaning my butcher block tray here. Hey, that signifies we're live. So, I was really excited to finish the Pennywise. So, haha, I have finished the Pennywise. I finished it last night. Connor is here in the studio. Say hi, Connor.
Hi, Connor.
Oh, right in the face. Your mom takes it right in the face. Just wait till she's on. I gotta say that. I think that'd be really funny. Why is this just not big enough? Because I can do that and make life easier. All right. Paint back. Forgive me if I am less than exuberant tonight. I was up till 6 a.m. on the phone with a young 23-year-old that shall rename mainless.
Rename mainless.
Remain nameless.
So it's not just the pronouns.
No, it's all
any word.
When you've gotten 3 hours of sleep with the debacle of our the Christmas lights outside. Did you close the garage door, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So Pennywise. So after what I did last night on stream, I went back in, and as you can see, I added a lot of detail with the colored pencils, tightened everything up, and I did something. I don't know if I have one out or not, but I did a funny technique that when I tell you what it's from, you'll laugh, because I did the same technique they did. But Disney will put a darker colored outline of whatever it is. So brown for skin, dark blue for Alice's blue dress, that kind of thing. So I did exactly the same technique with him that they do in their storybooks and animations, which I thought was kind of funny to do. So I went back in with colored pencil. I didn't really paint much more on it. Added a little more contrast, in some of the shadows. And I didn't really do much in the terms of any sort of high highlights with the white out, with the exception of his eyes and the highlights on the balloons to show they were shiny. And then you guys can see what I did here where I put that ragged tape. I went back in with like a dirty sepia wash, and rewashed over it. And I primarily only did the outside just so that he remained top level of brightness. And I wanted it to look like an old sideshow clown, kind of like poster. And then of course I added the bloody Georgie boat on the bottom, and of course signed it. So this is my pretty Pennywise, my wholesome clown, with the coloring of Tommy's Clown Sir Bumpkin. What do you guys think?
Jesse said, Sammy with no sleep. I guess Sammy's going to be more punchier than normal tonight. This should be fun.
Yeah. Blame the 23-year-old. There you go. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Because we'll be painting the Blue Dragon by popular demand. So he has to be photographed and put there. Tomorrow I leave for Jekyll Island. So whatever is up on eBay is going to be up. It'll still be for sale, of course, but you know, it is what it is. And I am going to tape this up. Now, 90% sure this was done for magic of some kind. Magic the Gathering. Wow, I have fuck all coordination tonight. And Oliver, at some point during the day today, got stung in the face, or bitten in the face by, I don't know if it was like ants or a bee, or I don't know what he got stung with, but he now has a turkey neck. And he's got like a couple bites on his head. So he ran into some insect of some kind that did not like his face wherever it was. So he's got like this little jowl thing. Poor dog. Wow, that's a wise. Okay. Hold on. I had to figure out why it was so high. Shh. I'm on autopilot. And I got like the world's biggest friggin' headache. That's why I'm wearing one of Tommy's hats, because the light is just... These eyes are killing my lights. I don't remember staying up being so difficult the next morning. Especially when there was no alcohol involved. Maybe there should have been. Now I got this big border on the bottom. So I'm actually going to tape it down, and then I'm going to tape off the border like I kind of did here, so that we can have a consistent texture.
A shy Freezy says, hey.
Hey, Shakar. It's Shakar. You met Shakar. You know Shakar. Shakar. It's Sugar. What up, Sugar? There we go. Hello, Dragon. Alright, let's see what we're going to do here. Okay, so we got a blue dragon, gold. Looks like it's piled of gold in water, with light coming from where's the light coming from, Tommy? Here and here, 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 but that doesn't match those shadows. Reflective water. And lightning? This is all lightning. Right? Like that. Alright, let's do this.
Shakar said, sorry, I've finished my last final day. My final today.
Oh, your last final today? Have you graduated yet? Graduated? Or is it your last final for the semester? Alright. So, let's throw some washes in real quick. Alright. Blue dragon. Okay. I'm still working with these golden QOR, whatever you want to call them. I'm liking how they're painting so far. Alright, so gold and then reflective light. So we're going to make, because the gold seems to be reflecting light up to him, so we're going to actually paint in initially all of the reflected light first. So who's on stream today? Anybody fancy?
So far on our viewers list, we have Jesse and Shakar.
Awesome.
Shakar said, last final for the semester, I have 2 or 3 more years because I'm traditional art before the digital.
Oh, right. So just washing in the ambient light first. I just started watering. Tommy's fucking with me, everyone. So we tried to put up my Christmas lights in the yard, and that was felt like I was the Griswold family trying to get those fucking standees to work. Because I bought, like, a couple of years ago, when Tommy could see, and did see, I bought a bunch of, I spent about $1,000 actually buying the Christmas standees. So I had Bumble the Abominable Snowman. Who else?
Rudolph and Santa.
Rudolph, Santa from the claymation, and then there's 2 dachshunds. One's a big dachshund that's a soldier, and the other one's an angel. And they're the plug-in lighty ones. And then I had like an igloo with penguins trying to decorate it, like the North Pole. And I had set them up initially to surprise Tommy, and they worked out great. And then they were in my storage shed for a year. Well, this would be in the second year, because I think I did it in 2015 before the kidney failure. Mm-hmm. So it went a whole year without them being out, and they were like, I might as well have just left them out all year. They probably would have been in better shape. And like, Bumble didn't want to light up. Santa, I don't really know what happened to Santa, but
Santa looks like
he looks like
the outcome of too many, like his nose it looks like he's just like the worst homeless crackhead in the world.
He's got like,
and his nose is hanging off.
And he has had, I think it was just like rusty water or something. I don't even know what it was. You cleaned it. But his whole hat was this dingy brown, almost urine color.
It probably was, because his head is filled with a lot of rat crap.
Oh, wonderful.
So
now you're saying I have rats. And it like went down, so he looked like this crazy homeless Santa.
But then the fact his arm is hanging off by like a couple zip ties.
Right.
He's just the amputee Santa.
He's amputee Santa. Well, it fits. If we just needed one of the legs to fall off, he would have been fine. Would have fit right in.
And that's why we put him right there, welcoming everybody through the door.
With his blown out crack nose. Oh, boy. Yeah. We're going to make some pretty water over here. Yeah, so we spent like 3 hours trying to get my mom and dad came up to help, and Connor, of course, trying to get these stupid standees to work. And then the squirrels that live in the facade of one of the brick parts of the house chewed through like $100 worth of Christmas lights. So those didn't work. Yeah. It was an interesting day today, to say the least. And then Oliver got bitten in the face by whatever. Dog. But I gave him Benadryl, so he should be okay. It's been a very interesting day today.
It's the universe trying to fill up your... Just to make sure you know what you're coming back to.
Awesome. By the way,
Gotta leave for a show?
all this random shit's gonna happen the day before.
Could we have piled it in one day at a time? No.
Nope, all at once. Luckily, it's a small show, so I didn't have to, like, and it's only a couple hours away. Like, it's only 3 hours away. But you know what happened to the last 3-hour tour? Don't yawn.
Just take blue tape and just wrap it around my head.
Yeah, I will. I will punch you. And
What
you're
if it was-
off
What if
screen.
it was just a very action-packed, filled, deep breath that involved a lot of open mouth to get a lot of the air in?
None of that sounds good in any manner. No, no, no.
Well, a threat for yawning doesn't sound that pretty either.
When you're as tired as I am, I will threaten you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's right. You will be threatened. And you will cower in fear. For a throat punch is coming your way.
I told you about why I always say that, right? About the throat punching.
No.
I never told you?
I think the only story of threatening is just the folding chair.
No. Okay, so this is a Tommy story. So Tommy always used to say, you know, punch him in the throat. And so where that came from was when he was young, like 15, 16, he got into a lot of trouble. Ooh, that's capital. Yeah, it won't bother me. Can they see this while I'm painting? Or is my head in the way?
Oh, your hat's a little in the way.
Is that better? Here, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Better?
Yep.
Okay. So, Tommy was very young, and one of his friends at the time was getting beat up. So he went out, like Tommy always did, to go rescue his friend, who was much bigger than he was, fighting against someone who was also much bigger than he was. So this kid that his friend was fighting was like over 6 foot. And to Tommy, he was probably some, you know, O'Toole, O'Malley, O'Keefe, O'Halloran, some Irish guy, as Tommy would always say. And he went to go punch the guy in the face, but he was too short, and he punched him in the throat. And the kid went down, because he punched the guy with everything he had. The guy went fucking down, and Tommy told me that, like, in his head, he was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And so he's like, yeah, there's more where that came from. And, you know, it was just hilarious. So that's where punch him in the throat comes from. And so, like, we just so often said it, like, he so often said it, of course. And then knowing where it came from, you know, it's just funny to use it. Just like headbutt it. You know how we always said headbutt it?
Mm-hmm.
So, he was a little kid. I think he was like 9 or 10. And his mom they had a big birthday party for him because he was the youngest, and everybody was there, and this big cake. And it came time to, they brought out the cake, and they were singing happy birthday to him. And it was time for him to blow out the candles. And instead of blowing out the candles, he fucking headbutted the cake, and it got everywhere. Like, it just exploded from his head. And he laughed and laughed and laughed. And his mother called him an asshole, and that she'd never celebrate his birthday again. He'd never get another birthday cake, which was true, until he had his own birthdays. But that was why he'd be like, headbutt it, see if it works. So that's where those lovely things come from. And I really, like, one birthday, like, I jokingly was like gonna headbutt my cake just to be funny.
Now back to yawning.
Back to yawning. Now back to our regularly scheduled.
As I yawn and you punch me in the throat, my throat collapses on me.
No,
it would be like, now don't you ever yawn again.
No. It would be a quick jab. I want you functional at least. Uzi clearly wants your attention. Painting the blue dragon. Blue dragon. Blue dragon. I'm just throwing in a blue wash. Not really, just general blueness for the blue dragon. Although I kind of, like, half wanted to make him, like, red. Because it said blue dragon on the bottom. Maybe on another one. But I want to make that Pennywise a print. I think that'd be a cool print.
That'd be awesome. A red dragon and it just has one blue scale.
It's like, bloop. He's a rainbow dragon. So I'm just throwing in washes for now to cover the paper. Oh, gun. I moved it up. Hold on. What is she growling about? She wants your attention.
I'm giving it to her. She's just sitting up, and then Oliver's crashed right here. He's just laying down.
Yeah, he's on Benadryl. He's probably gonna pass out in a minute.
She's like, "There's something wrong with Oliver.
Yeah.
He won't play with me."
Am I blocking or am I good?
No, you're good.
Oh man, this headache does not want to go away. I'm on headache day 2.5. Man, that makes me so jealous.
What, my vicious neck cracking?
Yeah, I wish I could crack my neck so bad. But I don't know what is this? Is that like cave? I don't know what that is. Because it's tail. Here. That's his tail. That's his leg. That's a leg. And then tail. What's that? What's that, Tommy?
A mysterious third wing.
Tell me what that... Knowing Tommy, I would not be surprised. Tell me what that is, Tommy. She coming over here?
Nope, she's going in the bedroom.
Good. Put Oliver up on the bed, please. She'll go up on the bed with Oliver. So what's everybody's weekend plans? Everybody get their holiday shopping done? Hopefully you got me something nice.
Yeah.
How's that leather jacket I gave you?
It's awesome.
That's good.
How would no one like that green? That green's awesome. It has that just like...
I don't know. It is awesome.
It's only something that you gotta be not a plebe to enjoy.
There you go. I was doing the Christmas presents, and one of Tommy's motorcycle jackets was in the garage where they're supposed to be, actually. And it was a Pistol Pete, like a Terminator Pistol Pete. And I couldn't imagine anyone other than John Connor having a Terminator Pistol Pete. And we looked for years for that jacket. Years. And none of them ever were right. Mm-hmm. And then we were walking with Malcolm Danar, the actor. I'd never been to Venice Beach. So Tommy took me to Venice Beach. And it was hanging in one of those shops on Venice Beach. And it was like $300 or something. And it was the middle of summer, because I think it was right after San Diego Comic-Con. And nobody, of course, is buying a leather jacket in California on the beach.
Except
Tommy and Sammy Castillo. So he got the guy down to like $200, because it was there for a while. Like, you could tell it would, like, it was kind of dusty when we saw it. And the guy's like, "Oh, you like it?" And he knew Tommy liked it, so he was like, "Yeah, it's $300." And Tommy's like, "Yeah. How many people you got buying a leather jacket, a winter leather jacket, 1 in California, 2 in the middle of summer, and 3 on the beach? I'll give you $200." And the guy's like, "Oh." And then Tommy liked the green, like, of it. And Tommy's like, "And besides," he's like, this green seems to be off. Is this like bad dyeing, or what is that?" And the guy's like, "Oh, well," so Tommy convinced the guy that that's not how it was actually supposed to be dyed. That it's actually supposed to be like a deep kind of green brown. Mm-hmm. And that because he's a leather worker, he could tell that the pigment that they dyed the leather with failed and had a chemical reaction and turned it green. And nobody's going to buy a green leather jacket. No. Crazy, right? How's my husband?
The true Jedi.
Yeah,
no one will buy this green jacket.
No one will buy this green jacket.
No one will buy that green jacket.
You're right, no one did. That's why it's been here for so long. And Tommy's like, "How long has it been here?" You know, and the guy's like, "Oh, a couple months." He's like, "Yeah." And it probably doesn't move at all, right? And he's like, "Whoa." My husband was a ninja. He was awesome.
Was that the same Venice Beach day where you got your picture with the bodybuilders?
Yes. Tommy brought me to Muscle Beach. And Muscle Beach is really just a raised little, like, basketball court, like, sized.
It's just a platform.
It's like a 4-foot platform that you walk up, and it's all, it's all ringed off. It's like the size of it's not the size, but the height of a wrestling ring. And it's fenced off, and there's a bunch of exercise equipment there where all the guys go to bodybuild. And you actually have to, like, pay to use it. It's not like a free thing. You have to have, like, a membership card and everything. And so Tommy goes, "Oh, Sam, I want a picture of you flexing in front of Muscle Beach." And I'm like, "In front of the Muscle Gym, because that's Venice Beach." And I'm like, "I'm not doing that." He's like, "Come on." So finally he convinces me to do it. And I did not realize that standing behind me were all the bodybuilders watching me and Tommy talk about having me flex in front of the bodybuilder gym. And then I did my muscle, which I don't think that they thought that I had. And I do. A lot of. And they got all excited and were whistling and cheering. And I just laughed and looked back. And they're like, "Yeah!" It was very funny. But I did get back at Tommy because one guy was like, he's like, you should come here. He's like, one of the bodybuilders was like, come here, look at these. And he flexed. And I was like, no, sorry. I like short, fat, and annoying. And Tommy was like, you bitch. Yeah, that was good.
He's like, I am only a few of those things, mind you.
No, he was all of those. I got an alert. I don't know where that was. People keep bothering me. Although I did find my, that was fast. I did find my, tiger balm, so that's gonna be awesome after the stream. I don't need luck. King of Canada is like, good luck, break a leg. Oh.
I don't need luck. It's like, fine.
Fine, fuck you. Oh, I'm so tired.
Like, best of luck, do a good job. Don't tell me what I already know I'm going to do.
Don't tell me that, you plebe. Although calling King of Canada a plebe is kind of funny.
He is a king, mind you.
In his own mind. What? Wayne. I don't really care. Yeah, I'm just doing these washes so that I can just get the color down instead of, like, since it's a whole unified piece, I don't want any, like, segmented gaps, if that makes sense. So I am painting kind of over, into, and around. I'm not really watching and trying to stay in the line so much, just because it'll bring unity to the piece. Wow, I can totally see why when Tommy was tired, he was like, I'm painting. I'm painting. I'm painting. Okay.
Well, I have my days. Will I soon have my point where you start leaning in too much and I continuously have to tell you, you need to back up a bit. You're gonna,
head.
you need to,
Actually,
your head.
what I would do is I would do from So I Married an Axe Murderer. Head, move. Hopefully not, because he did it because he couldn't see. I'm doing it because I'm tired. Thanks so much, Chatty Cathy. It was my own fault. Totally was my own fault. But I'll still blame him. Just like I blame you for everything. I blame him.
That list of names of blamees continues to build.
I'm just blaming him. I'm not blaming
build you
you
a
yet.
dartboard, and it's just gonna it's gonna spin and have different names on it.
No, I just started blaming him because he doesn't get it. Well, he didn't get it. He's like, I blamed him for something while I was on the phone talking to him, and he's like, huh, what? How is that my fault? Like, he didn't get the joke at first, and he doesn't, like, always, like, because you're used to it. But it was the same thing when you started getting blamed for shit. You're like, what? Okay. But you get it now, and it's no longer fun to see your reaction of you going, okay. So now I just blame everything on him. Because it's funny.
You just gotta say, you're welcome. Even if you don't know what you did wrong, just say
You're welcome.
So
Well,
even in a stage of if someone's very mad at you,
welcome.
You're keeping that positivity up. So you're welcome.
We're working on sarcasm. We're working on sarcasm. Well, you know, the new student always gets blamed for everything.
I feel like I'm slowly getting to the point where I'm not perfect at it yet, but you're almost at a point of telling me, "Hey, can you go get that?"
And you don't fuck it up right away.
Get that thing, and I'm like, "Yeah, no
yeah,
problem.
mm-hmm.
I'll get it."
Yeah, you are. You're in almost into the thought patterns of how I work, and I had to learn it for Tommy, because Tommy was like that. He would mention something, and this is kind of how we were so one brain, because he would mention something like, I don't know, like an hour earlier about the thing in the garage, like something in the garage. I don't know, like a piece of metal or something. And then he would say, I need you to go get that thing. And you're like, what fucking thing? And he's like, you know, the fucking thing in the garage. So you have to remember. What? That was expensive. So you have to remember everything, because he could be like, yeah, so you know that thing in the garage from earlier? And now here's the hard part, and this is where I'm a little bit less scattered than he was. He would also reference things that we talked about previous days. So you have to keep all of that in your brain and then abstractly associate what he's talking about now and how that would refer back or cause his thought process to bounce back to said thing. So you have A and C, and he says, get me X, and you have to solve for X in your brain.
So it's kind of like that game of two people say two random words until they keep thinking of a word until they find the word that is similar with the two they started with.
Right. Yes. And the funny thing is that, like, people wonder why I know. People ask me, like, how I know exactly what Tommy would say and stuff like that. You know, because I would teasingly go, "Oh, okay, well, you know, Tommy will say this," and they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Watch, honey, blah," and his reply is exactly what I said, because I had to learn how he thought, because that was the only way we could function.
Jesse said, if you were tuning into Sammy's thought pattern, you should be afraid, Connor. Very afraid.
Yes. I gotta wait for this to dry a little bit. So as this dries more, Dragon is dry, the background's not. This tape does not want to cooperate with me. Although I'm pretty sure at this point it's the user and not the user. Where'd my brushes go? Oh, that was good. All right.
we
real.
circle right back to the throat punching.
No. Nope. So I have no idea what kind of blue dragon I want to make. So I'm just kind of mixing blues until I like it. And I think I like it right there. So I've got this blue. And I need my... That is not my Escoda. Where's my Escoda? No. I need a soft floofy brush. Where's my soft floofy brush? Nope, you're too thick. Are you soft enough? Let's see. We'll see. Alright. So we're glazing. So you see how adding that warmth warmed up that glaze? Warmed up this area. And because we're all super segmented, this is going to be... Is my hat in the way?
No, you're good.
Now?
Now you're in the way.
Oh, wrong way. How's that? Better?
Yeah. Yep, you're good.
Oh, I'm leaning. So far, I took on 2 new students, and I haven't heard, well, I've heard from one, but I haven't heard from the other. So this should be interesting. So really all I'm doing is I'm just pulling the pigment out and blending it down into the rest of the scale, if you're wondering. So it's dry, and then I paint over it, and then I take a wet brush with reasonably clear water, and then I blend out into the scale. Excuse me. Because I want to keep that harsh edge. See that harsh line?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to keep that, and the only way you can keep that is with a wet on dry. And then I come back in and add more color pigment for shadow. And then I have to keep that harsh line, because this is wet down here, so you don't bleed up. You have to skip to the next row of scales, or you'll bleed up into...
So while you're working down, it's drying.
Correct. And then you can go back up and... So in reality, I mean, I could come in here with the blue. And there's a lot of shadow in this, so I can actually be kind of heavier with the blue. But still come in and put in that color, and you just follow the row. And then you just edge the row with the paint. See? Cool, huh?
I feel like I'm learning.
Weird. And with these bigger ones, we can actually pull the color down a lot more. someone requested the blue dragon. So if it's boring, blame him. And that's pretty much who we blame everything on right now. So we're good. We're keeping consistent.
Man, that fire in California must be a nightmare for them right now. Is that on their conscience if they're to blame? Whew, man.
I wouldn't be surprised. Although he has yet to come and defend himself. Is he on chat? He's got the stupid
I know the name.
anime name.
It's not.
Oh,
That's
he's
the viewers list though.
trouble.
It was earlier, but I don't think that holds up. That holds no testament.
Doesn't matter.
If he's not here to defend himself, then he must have did it.
Clearly. Only the guilty run. My mother. Oh my god. She's hilarious. I told you what she said, right?
What was it?
About me bringing him, flying
for
him
the
in to freak out the
in-laws?
in-laws. Ugh, my mom. That was fucking hilarious. She's a crazy.
I love that you
lady.
said that. What did you say that was her idea?
It was. It 100% was. So, he who shall not be named, 23-year-old, my mom asked me because, well, this is family business, but basically my mom, to kind of freak out the in-laws, asked me to come to dinner. Well, I could say because they don't watch my stream anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But my mom said that the in-laws were very uptight, and she wanted me to come in and be the black sheep of the family, for lack of a better way to say it. And she's like, "Yeah, bring that new 23-year-old." She's like, "Fly him out. That'll be great. I want to see the fireworks on that." I'm like, "Mom." I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll get right on that. I'll pencil him in. Yeah, let's do that." She's like, "What? It'll be hilarious." I was like, and now I know where I get everything that I do. Makes me chuckle. My mom's a crazy person. See? And if you're watching, this is what you get when you don't talk in chat. I can keep going. Just saying. That and the earful I'm going to get after this is going to be just precious. This dragon doesn't really make much sense with the scales. This is too much fun. Oh! Read that. Mr. I've been saying many things in chat, actually. Yeah, no. I don't see any. There's nothing. Shy. You know what? Close it and reconnect it. Maybe refresh it. Yeah. Okay, just leave that. Oh, I got 8 viewers. Fancy. So how do we like the dragon? Oh yeah, look at that. He said It's Greek, not an anime name. Aw, it's adorable that you defend yourself. Type something else. Because the last thing, go back.
Go back to...
Go back and go into the chat. Guys, if you're watching the chat, our chat's not working. So, tag in and say something. Well, like it so far. Just let it do its thing. Yeah, okay. You know what? Go into the chat, viewers. Weird. Doesn't show anyone in there. Strange. Did you accidentally time him out? Close. Alright. If you're in chat, tag. Let me put the chat up on my thing just in case. We're having a little trouble. Oh, that's clips. Chat. Okay. So I got my chat up too. I don't know. I would imagine I'm doing a water dragon to answer your question. Connecting. Okay. Reconnecting to chat. Anyone? Come on, I believe in you. So if I don't reply to something you've said, it's because for whatever reason we're not getting it. Something else. All right, there we go. Did you get his thing on your end? Because I got it on my phone.
Did something else, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're reconnected. Chat seems to be working for now. Now I feel a little bit like a dick because I called him out. Technical difficulties. I'll make it up to you later. Ooh. I just got schooled. Apparently I'm not allowed. So in order to deepen these shadows, once I get all the blue down, I'm actually going to come in with probably like a burnt sienna and relay down the shadows on top of them to deepen the color.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting how the color changes from wet to dry.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that ultramarine. So what's everybody's weekend plans while I'm at a show? Anything exciting? What are you going to be doing, Connor?
You know, just hanging out, going to the mall, chilling with some friends.
Shooting some b-ball outside of school?
Yeah, hopefully no hopefully a couple of guys don't show up, start making trouble in my neighborhood. Because, you know, every time I get in one little fight, my mom gets scared. And then I have to go stay with my aunt and uncle in Bel Air.
Lindsay Sterling concert? I have no idea who that is.
She does the dancing violin.
Oh, that chick. She's awesome. That sounds fun. How's that commission coming? I can't look at it seriously. I'm sorry. You kill me, kid. Well, considering that, like, I nicknamed him fucking Kick-Ass, and then he's got that stupid name. As I talk about it, like, he can't hear me.
It's going. Almost done with the shading.
Send me a picture. I want to see it.
I'm glad you got that, because I didn't know how I was going to read that one.
I can see it.
I'm like, hey, Sam, look at me real quick, and then I have to do, like, the
Soon.
flattest
No,
face.
not soon. Now. Take a picture of it and send it to me. I want to see it. Don't make me come over there. Ooh, H.P. Lovecraft activity book? That's kind of awesome, Jesse. Do you get to, like, do puzzles and stuff? And is it, like, summon Cthulhu by numbers or something?
Can you get through the Mountains of Madness? It's just a maze.
You know what, kid? Fight me. How about that? I'll even use your own words against you. How many virgins need to be sacrificed in ritual sex before Cthulhu? Connect the dots. Shub-Niggurath needs to get to his sacrifices. Lead him to sacrifices.
Can you connect the dots on the ritual knife?
You and your emojis. At least it's not as bad as King of Canada with his 14-year-old girl emojis.
Jesse said, yeah, it has connect the dots that turn into Lovecraft monsters.
That's amazing.
Plus, it has coloring pages.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I'm jealous, Jesse. I want that for Christmas now. Somebody buy that for me for Christmas.
And he also said, and some other puzzles that I haven't looked at yet.
That's awesome. Well, if any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one.
You just get 14 copies of the same book.
I would do all of them. And you know what I'd do? I would paint them all and then fucking sell them. Although I probably draw better than what's in the book. I don't.
I actually ripped all the pages out and just put in my own pages.
I just actually gessoed over them and redrew them all. Did I... Diana, you know Diana.
Mm-hmm.
She is just not letting the age gap go. She keeps sending me like kid activity things. She's like, when you go visit, you should give him this, and it's like a fucking Mega Block set. It's hilarious. What does it say?
Jesse said, right now I'm coloring in a tree that has 4 eyes and 2 mouths.
Sounds like a pretty standard tree.
Yes, you do draw better than the pictures in the book.
Yeah, I figured that. I don't know why that required that sound effect, but it did.
What sound effect goes with painting scales?
I apparently went painting that one, so... Where's my picture? I will stare you awkwardly through the stream. Where's my picture?
It went from creative stream to...
Sammy
Japanese teenage girl eats soup on stream.
What?
Yeah, they have those where just people eat food on stream.
Well, that's because people are perverts.
Hey guys, today we're gonna eat chicken ramen.
Oh, I hate that. Oh my god, that's... Hearing people chew is like the thing to just make me be enraged. Just enraged. And I love my mom, but she chews like a cow. And I like end up staring at... Like, I have to eat really fast and just block it out because she won't know that she's doing it. And she's like... And she could be eating soup, and yet she makes it sound like she's eating dry bread and peanut butter. I don't know how she does it. I just don't... It's like her secret power or something. I don't know.
Wait, you're not a fan of ASMR food eating? Or just ASMR?
I have no idea what that is.
It's something that people have like kinks for. It's where it's just someone whispering in your ear pretty much.
I knew bullying in live would get me a picture. That's beautiful. Look at you being all fancy with the gradient shading. What? This doesn't suck. You want to see it?
Yeah. Was that all wood burning?
Mm-hmm. Told you. Kid can fucking design. I was not teasing about that. I was quite surprised seeing that. You know, because everybody's like, yeah, I do design work. Most people, when they do design work, they just... they suck. You know? They do, like, evenly spaced shit. But that's got really good fucking balance. You knocked that one out of the park, kid. Oh, I closed the chat. Fuck. That reminds me, I gotta change the...
He said, well, thank you.
You are welcome. When it's good, I'll tell you it's good. When it's a piece of shit, you'll know that too. And you'll blatantly know both. I am definitely not one to mince words. Am I blocking the camera with the hat?
No, you're good.
Okay. I am definitely not one to mince words, as you well know.
said, I'd expect nothing. I'd expect no less.
I will allow you to continue to be my student for another day. It's like case by case. It's a day by day basis right now. Till I see some bridgemen.
Not a full day, just the rest of today.
Yeah. You've impressed me enough today. You have another 24 hours. Fucking face. You and your emojis. Use words. You had tons of them.
Good response.
Words. Smart ass. That's why I keep you around. Oh, well then. Oh, I get it now. My brain is not with me today. I think it's still in bed. So I'm being pretty loose with my, there's a joke in there that I had to stop myself from saying. Being loose with the blue, you know, I'm not really, because I'm going to come back in and tighten everything up with the background. So that's why I'm doing the main character first. The only character first, but I'm doing the character first. Connor, no. Let's quiz our my new student. So stupid name student, whatever. How do you even fucking say that? Karen? What color scheme am I using? What's my color scheme? I'm just gonna call him Kick-Ass. I can't do the name. It's just so horrible. Kick-Ass, what? What's my fucking color scheme? Funny thing is, I don't even really know if he knows a lot about color schemes. We're gonna find out! Connor, do you know? Or do you think you know, I should say?
I think I know.
We'll give him time to reply. Think on it and reply.
Search every name of a color scheme on Google before, right?
You're doing a tertiary quadratic color scheme, which is actually a real color scheme, by the way. So it's just a very complicated color scheme. I don't know what this is. I know what that is. That's the mouth of the fucking... Cave. Because you see how...
That's why the light is so...
the light is... He's not backlit. He's lit from light coming here, and then reflective light from the gold and this. So it's dual lighting. But this, if you follow the opening, the line work of the background, it forms an oval. You're not answering me. So you see how it goes like this, trails up through the ear, and then goes up and around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn. I was really hoping for a third wing.
I'm not doing a third wing. Doesn't make any sense.
It's called backup. When the other engine on the other wing goes out. You know, when a bird flies into it. Is this dragon's name Sully?
He's not cyan with bright purple spots. What?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing? Like,
I'm just fine. No.
I didn't get that joke. What does that have to do with the third wing?
The Sully part?
From Monsters, Inc.?
No. The pilot that landed the plane on the Houston?
Oh! I really didn't get that one. Oh, I get it. Yeah, nope. Didn't connect that at all. Not at all. I'll admit that one. I will freely admit that. I thought Sully, and at first, actually, I thought Monsters, Inc., and then I went Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then I went back to Monsters, Inc., because I just couldn't imagine a Brooklyn Nine-Nine connection, and you are not answering me. I'll put the bass back in my voice. What color scheme am I doing? Come on. I'll call you out.
It's like, oh no, the chat crashed again.
Oh no, my internet went out and I had no idea that you asked me this question.
3 hours later, you get a text like, stream just ended. Hey, sorry. My internet went out. I couldn't get back to you.
Yeah, but that actually is, he's got shit internet.
That could happen.
That actually really could happen. So I'm giving him just shit and he can't even hear me. That's a very real possibility. Hey, Justin. I painted cool shit last night. You missed it. Once I finish this wing, I'll let you know what it is. I finished your remarks. I gotta kind of let this dry anyway, so I'll show him his remarks.
Kick-Ass said, I knew you asked the question, but had to reload.
Well, I didn't
run and grab.
Oh, that's right. You pulled them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the two for Justin. Well, answer my question. You're learning. And yes, I'm being very obnoxious tonight. What do you think of my dragon, Justin? Pretty cool. Cool. Well, you are wrong. You are very wrong. Well, not very wrong, but you're wrong. He said a cool color scheme. What are the two predominant colors that you see? And I'm not being a dick, and I'm not calling you out, but what are the two predominant colors that you see in this picture? Obviously, one is blue. What's the other one? You're getting some education right now. I'll show you. Let me finish his head so I can let the whole thing dry evenly. Can you get me... No, it's not monochromatic. It is... What's the other color in this color scheme? Blue is obviously one of them. What's the other major color? It is a blue dragon. So we've got blue and blank, which is the background. Where are you going? Or are you just standing?
You asking me, do you want me to get you something?
Oh, can you give me a donut? Chocolate. Either the chocolate frosted or gray, black, blurry. Adorable. No. Okay. My color scheme is actually, the background is actually faded orange. So what is blue? What are the colors blue and orange? They are what kind of colors? Oh. Oh, let's... What the fuck? I'll get this one. I gotta eat ice cream. Oh, go there. That's a few pencil shavings. Fuck. Right? That orange is definitely a secondary color. You've got that. But when you're on the color wheel, you've got blue and you've got orange. And I happen to have a color wheel right here. Can they see this?
Down a bit more.
Right there?
Yeah, that's good.
It's not like lit up or anything?
That's perfect.
Okay. Yes. Complementary. You got it. So my color scheme is complementary. So predominantly, I'll be using blues and oranges / burnt siennas to create depth in this. Good job. That's all right. You're not used to being put on the spot. Nobody is. You get used to it, though. Right, Connor?
Correct.
That's all right. Connor froze up the first time I called him out on my color schemes. On really weird shit, he'll freeze up too still, but that's okay. You're just not used to being called upon for immediate art knowledge. So that's all right. You'll get used to it. But I'm happy that you know it, that I don't actually have to teach it to you. I think you knew it too, right?
Yeah, I knew it.
Only because of me and Tommy, probably.
I learned the names from somewhere else. I learned what they really mean.
Yeah, exactly. What are your, we'll see how far your knowledge goes color theory-wise. Give me a... So, complementary colors. What are your... Name all of the primary colors. I just actually am asking so that I know what you know. We're learning. Jesse, this will help you with your Cthulhu book. Cthulhu is green. What's his complementary color?
He said red, blue, and yellow.
Good. Secondary?
Yes, I am, Jesse.
Awesome. What are your tertiary colors? He's Googling it. No, I don't think he's Googling. He's too honest for that. You can talk about you being an artist. Tell him a little bit more while he's answering me.
Like what? That I'm an artist? And I train under one of the greatest... No. The greatest... Whew! Caught that one.
The greatest what? Because there's a lot of words.
The greatest everything.
The greatest.
You could push to see how far the knowledge goes if he knows the what movie? I don't want to say true primary names. Farther than just red, blue, and yellow.
You mean the true primary names?
Yeah.
They're actually not. Did you learn that term from fucking Nicholson?
No, I learned from you.
I know. No, those are print primary names. Those are print primaries.
I know because Tommy asked me what those colors were.
Yeah, those are for. I mean, they are true primaries, but for general knowledge, I don't believe he'd know that, but he might. Any used by mixing two or more secondary colors. You would be wrong, my sweet. You are wrong. Close, but wrong. A tertiary color is mixing a primary color with a secondary color. So, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. But you're close. Did you know that?
Tertiary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm actually impressed by your color theory knowledge. Most people don't flounder on those questions, believe it or not, and they're basic day one questions. To me, they're basic day one questions. What three colors, pigment-wise, not light, because light is red, green, blue. Not red, well, light is red, green, blue, but what Connor was saying, do you know what three pigments colors that you can mix to make any color in the color spectrum? And I will tell you, it is not red, yellow, blue. And it is okay if you do not know this, because it's kind of an advanced question. I'm just putting you on the spot while I'm finishing painting this. Why did I paint that blue? That's his fucking horn. Ugh, whatever. That's what I'm doing. I don't ask. I just let my hand do it as I talk. It's too late now. Gotta commit to it. I'm like, well, gotta do it now. We'll fix it later. It's no big deal. His ear is like a... I don't even know what this is called.
That looks like a dachshund ear.
This?
Like, just the
length
of the body and the way it sits.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised, because he had Oscar at this point. Did we get an answer?
He said, no.
The three colors, pigment-wise, that you can mix to get any... Alright, I'll leave you alone after this. Just listen to what I say and then you can run off. The three colors that you can mix to make any other color in the spectrum is cyan, yellow, and magenta. And those are what Connor was talking about being true primaries, because You can actually mix those three and get red, blue, and yellow. Well, yellow is actually the only one that you can't mix
Isn't
to
it
get.
supposed to be cadmium yellow? Is the main one?
Primary yellow.
I thought
Primary yellow is kind of cadmium. But that's the only... Yellow is actually... Yellow and white are the only two colors that you cannot mix to get to. So, but yeah. All right, go finish your commission. I'll fucking stop picking on you.
fucking printers, man.
Yeah, exactly. That is correct. Unless you have my printer, and then you have 12 colors to make everything. All right, go do your commission. I'll leave you alone, I guess. Gotta be responsible and shit. Finish your work. I'll bother you later. Boom.
Think we'll be doing that gold watercolor on this one?
I might. I'm gonna see how I feel. The problem with doing, I mean, the gold will work, but I gotta put the detail in first, you know, and then kind of do it. But I'm gonna let him dry up a little bit, whilst I show Justin. Well, first off, I painted this yesterday. Move my donut. Ta-da! I'll move him. And then I did 2 of your remarks. The donut is moving the chat. And I got 1 joker. That works. Can they see that okay? Mm-hmm. And then Tommy Batman. What do you think, Justin? Scratchy, scratch. Ta-da. Oh, I closed this. Shit. I gotta pop the Twitch back up. I closed it. I like my creepy Pennywise. All right. That's what I did yesterday. Oh, and I did an Alice too. Forgot I did the Alice. I didn't intend for her to look drugged out and creepy, but that's just kind of what happened. I feel like I need to do like swirls in the background. Bright purple swirls or something. It just doesn't look finished to me.
Because there's a lot of empty space.
Yeah, and it's green. Mm-hmm. But it's probably freaking out the camera. I don't know. Is anybody saying anything?
No.
Well, fine. Don't say anything. Whatever's. It's all good. I gotta finish the dragon anyway. La, la, la. Oh, fuck. That's nice.
Justin said awesome.
Awesome. So you like your Tommy remarks? Your Sammy Tommy remarks?
Jesse said white out circles would be cool on the Alice.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Well, I repainted the green to kind of get rid of the haphazard brush strokes that I had in there. And it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me. So I, no, I don't want to do that. So I ended up letting it dry, and when I'm not all tired, I'll come back into it. Now I'm using straight brown, and by straight brown I mean I'm using this one, so it is not, I don't think it's burnt sienna. No, that's burnt sienna. Not raw umber. Van Dyke, I think. No, that's Van Dyke. I don't know. I'm moving my donut. I'm pretty sure I have paint on my donut now. Heavy metals. Nom nom noms. What brown is that? Now it's pissing me off because I can't find this stupid brown. Ah, here it is. Nope. Fucking Van Dyke brown again. I'm fixated. I'm sorry. Hold on. Is that one? Nope, that's burnt sienna.
Justin said you should put a small version of the cat and the Mad Hatter in it.
I was thinking about going in and drawing into it. That's raw sienna. This is... Oh, I guess this is Van Dyke brown. And then I got raw umber over here. I was right. Initially. Whatever. And I am using this because it's still warm. Still matches my complementary color scheme. But it's a little... When it dries, it's a little greener than its counterpart of burnt sienna like we would normally use. And since our complementary color scheme, it kind of adds a little bit more depth and dimension to it. So that is why we are doing as we are doing. And remember, we work light to dark. So we added shadow, we added light, we added midtones, we're adding shadow as we continue to do so. Cool, huh? Gotta love color theory. So it adds a lot more depth, right? Fancy, huh? It's like I know what I'm doing.
So at what step in my tutelage will we get to working on color theory?
When you're done Bridgman and your skulls, we'll step into color theory. We'll do color theory, and you'll be making, you'll be doing a bunch of color theory exercises too with gouache. I will give you a Holbein gouache set, which has 4 colors in it. And you will learn to make every color under the sun from those 4 colors. And then you can make any color you want at any point in any time. It's neat, huh? And then you can get dynamic like this. Because what's going to happen is actually, and I'll show you in a second. So that's dry, right? And I like it but it's just the depth of it is just not doing it for me. So we pull in a little of that color, and what happens to the depth? Do you know what color I added?
Purple.
That's right. Dioxazine purple. And now we have depth beyond measure. And that's all color theory. Knowing how to use color. That's why that clown was so successful, because that clown was a pretty simple drawing. I mean, it was an amazing drawing, don't get me wrong. But, you know, using the color theory, it went from badass to creepy as shit. And that's what you gotta do. And I'm also gonna probably end up coming back in even after I lay down this brown. I'm doing some more blue because I'm not digging the pale blue. So, and it's all glazing. And you guys, when you've watched our stream before, know about glazing. As I talk about glazing. Donut. Man, it's not like this that I really understand why Tommy put music in his ear. It used to make me so mad.
Why? What would he do?
Well, he'd put a headphone in and play music. When it was like there wasn't really a lot of talking and he was really tired. Because when you leave and I'm up till, you know, well, and I'm not talking to fucking kick-ass till 6 o'clock in the morning, but, and I'm working, I got the fucking stereo on like +6 and I'm blaring music all night, but it keeps you up, you know, keeps you moving. And it sets a pace for painting. So I'm moving with the music. That was horrible dancing. I can't be slick and debonair every day. If I was, I don't even know how the world would handle that. So our blue dragon is sort of not becoming a blue dragon anymore. He's sort of becoming a dingy dragon. But he shall be blue. Once again. I promise. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. Maybe that's just more of a mantra to tell myself, no, really, you know what you're doing. It's cool. Tommy always used to be like, fake it till you make it. I'm like, what if I made it and I really just still don't know how to do it? Apparently I faked it really well. Because the paper is still a little wet and I'm kind of glossing over a lot of the shadows and stuff like that, the paper's already saturated, so I feel comfortable in the fact of moving down normally. Instead of skipping, because I can always come back in and blend it out. And I really, really, really like using this brush. It does what I want it to do. It's not too soft and it's not too hard, like too stiff for what I want to do. And then it just picks it all right back up. See? Oh, I missed a section. And then you just fade it out. No, I put more water in that and I didn't want to. Aww. Now it's all watery. Fucking watercolors being all watery and shit. Assholes. It's your fault.
Just headbutt it.
Just headbutt it. It's Cameron's fault. dragon's always so, like, super clean? I don't know. Like, they're always, whenever they're depicted, they're always so, like, neat and clean. Are they like cats? Do they, like, groom themselves?
They just don't got time to be dirty.
It's magic. They use cantrips. Clean. Psh. That's some nerdy D&D shit right there.
But you can't forget that I Dream a Genie head nod you had to add to it.
Clean. Clean. And what did Sierra name her character, Connor?
Schmegma. Just like how you got the bracelet of...
Yes. That's the running joke. Because she was using Schmegma. And if you do not know what Schmegma is, everybody watching is a man. You should know what it is. She did not. And she said something and used Schmegma. And I went, I do not think you know it. I don't.
You had a little Inigo Montoya moment.
Yeah.
You keep saying that word. I do not think you know what it means.
I do not think you think. What is that phrase that he says?
I know we had to look it up before because we were having trouble with that.
It's an easy phrase, but it's like I do not think you. It means what you think it means. I do not think it means what you think it means. That's it. It was very funny. And she's like, what? I totally know what it means. Oh, I really don't.
And then whenever you get to wear that beautiful bracelet, you got Schmegma on your wrist.
Yeah, I got Schmegma on. She made me a bracelet like a kid, like it looks like a little kid made it.
Arts and crafts.
And crafts. And it's all rainbowed, and it says Schmegma.
Don't forget it has a little heart.
And it has a little heart at the end. It's hilarious. I did wear it for like a whole day. Nobody said anything. Like, probably because nobody really even paid attention to it. But it was very funny. So you see as this dries, because I put that purple in, do you see how this has just so much more depth than the rest of it? Mm-hmm. Because of that purple? Yep. And then once that's done, we're going to glaze over it again with acrylic blue. I don't know why I sounded like that for a second. Now he just kind of looks like a rust dragon. Doesn't he look like a rusty chrome dragon? He's next to water. He'd rust. Chrome dragon.
Looks like a doomsday dragon.
Like doomsday dragon? What's a
Superman Doomsday?
Like doomsday? Like guy that killed Superman Doomsday?
Yeah.
Oh, because all the bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dragon's cooler than Doomsday.
Can your dragon never be killed?
Yes. Because I know the backstory of everything about this dragon. His name's actually Florp. He has 37 brothers and sisters. He is the youngest. Hoping that his next leap will be the leap home. You want to know why I thought of that?
Go on.
Because you'll laugh. Because of the blue lightning. Because of the theme, because of the title logo, is the Quantum Leap, is the blue with the blue lightning. That's how I made that connection. And that's how my brain works. Good luck with that. So anyone in the Georgia area, I'm going to be there this Friday. Well, the show's Saturday and Sunday at the Jekyll Island Convention Center. And I really kind of didn't want to do that, what I just did, so we're going to fix that by doing this. That's better. I effed up, and now I am fixing my F up. Boom, and now it looks purposeful. La la la. Darby Dragons. I don't like that this is not deep enough. Am I in the way? My head?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yep, you're good.
Like, do you have a clear shot, or is it like just?
No, you're good.
Okay. There's too much water on this. That's not pleasant. That lovely migraine is not happy with the idea of me having my hat backwards. Is that better though?
Yep, you're better.
Okay. Oh, that was... Oh, that sucked. I blame this on you, Connor.
You're welcome.
My migraine. It's your fault.
Well, as your adopted son, then I take very much pride in causing your pain.
Good. Like a true son.
'Cause I'm diseased.
So like Mr. Hand.
Like what?
Mr. Hand. Old Adult Swim cartoon. That's well before your time. He sounded like that. That's why I was like, oh, what the fuck happened over here? Oh, duh. Alright. Let's go, dragon. Sorry, I've got a migraine that's going on 3 days long right now. You know, I don't like to brag or nothing. But I don't do anything halfway. Ever. Including my migraines. The hard part with doing a complementary color scheme, especially if you're using watercolors that are not the greatest of watercolors, is getting mud. So right now what we're doing here is the math, basically, for, this is the underpainting, is what we're doing right now. Is what Tommy would consider it. Because we're doing the light and shadow and the values. Is anybody saying anything?
No.
All right. Stop being boring, everybody. Make some conversation. Sheesh. Let's talk. So, politics and abortions. Let's go. No, just kidding.
Woo. I think I gotta go before this gets a little too much. Anyone see any good movies recently?
I haven't seen any. No. We went and saw...
That movie was...
The movie with the guy in the mustache.
Perfect. Everyone knows what that one was. Murder on the Orient Express.
There it is.
Yeah, I looked it up. The dude that actually played Poirot. Poirot was the director.
Poirot, not Perot.
Poirot.
Poirot.
Yeah, I know it's Poirot.
Then fucking say it right.
Okay.
Every time you say Perot, I think of the giant-eared, short politician from the early 90s.
Oh, well, the guy that played Poirot was the director.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Kevin, yes, duh. Because I said that. I was like, I didn't know. Kenneth Branagh.
Mm-hmm.
He was excellent. He was excellent as Poirot. I hope he does more of them. He was great. That was an interesting film. It very much was. Because it didn't... those kinds of movies are really hard to do because they tend to drag. Because there's not a lot of action. And it didn't drag at all, actually. It was well paced. They added some action-y parts, I think, to it from the book. Because I don't remember when the doctor confronted, like with you were saying, the mini shootout.
Yeah. Or when
when they chased him down the scaffolding.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But I like the fact that they kind of did that. You know, where they added that in.
And then, of course, like, you couldn't expect anything less from a cast filled with the many numbers of just all-stars.
Yeah.
Heavy hitters right there.
Yeah. They were excellent. I didn't really have anything, not negative to say, but I didn't have any... It's very rare that I go, wow, that was really good. And I don't have something to say about it. Right? Because I really didn't critique it and have much to critique about. You know? And they made it... The thing that I liked about it was... Because it's only in... You know, it's in 5 cars. But yet the scenery changed. Mm-hmm. Like, it was interesting to see. It's not... even though it was the same cars over and over, it was... It was shot so that it kept the scenes different. You know, your backgrounds were different. And it didn't make it claustrophobic.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hard part. Is when you have something like that. Like a movie like that where it takes place in such a small scene, you know, small area, mm-hmm. that it can get very claustrophobic and boring.
They did the really smart take on doing a lot of top-down shots.
Yeah.
And then through the windows from outside perspectives.
That's right. So they kept it very organic, for lack of a better way to say it. It felt very natural. Except a couple of the top-down shots were, to me, like, there was one where it follows them all, I guess when they're discovering the body.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's like the first top down.
It was kind of awkward, like, because it was the first shot that they did something like that, and you're like, and it was an awkward cut because it was this panning, strafing, you know, screen left, sweeping, they're following them down, and then all of a sudden it's like top down. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what the fuck? But that was like, that's super nitpicky. I would not be surprised if it won something, or if it was nominated for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would not be surprised. It was a good film. Have not seen Thor. Wanted to, never had the time. I haven't seen Justice League is the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen that. What else? I have not seen. That was weird. I don't know what else was there. I've been watching older movies a lot. What did I just watch? Oh, The Kingsman. The second Kingsman. I just saw that on Voodoo.
Yeah, and I just looked up real quick, like, movies. Pretty much Justice League, Thor, and Murder on the Orient were
the only ones.
The main big ones, like, that aren't like Daddy's Home or the Mom movie.
I liked the is that the one with
Will Ferrell and
I
Marky
really
Mark?
liked that first one. That was really funny. Did you see it?
I saw the first one, and then I wanted to see the second one because it includes their dads.
And it's John Lithgow and
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Because how do you get cooler than those two? Like, how do you get cooler than Mark Wahlberg's character? You put the originator of that kind of character in there. Yeah, that was hilarious.
And then I think Star Wars comes out.
Like 10 days?
Yeah.
I don't have opening tickets for it. Not that I would. Like, I want to go opening, but like, I don't know. Because Tommy and I always went to opening, like, went to Force Awakens opening.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, like, I kind of want to keep that as the last opening one that I went to, you know? I don't know, it's stupid. I do some really stupid shit because it was the last time I did it with Tommy or whatever, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's really supposed to. What did I say that color was again?
The brown?
Van Dyke Brown. Let's hope it's actually Van Dyke Brown this time.
Yeah, I wonder with this new Star Wars who's going to get beat up in the lobby of the movie theater for being an asshole. Because after getting my opportunity of... Because Star Wars came out only a month after I started working at that movie theater.
Right, didn't you see somebody get beat up?
Yeah. Because someone came out and... Okay, I'm going to say it because I'm pretty sure if you don't know it, then you probably...
You deserve it.
You're way too fucking late. But when Han was killed, and like a dude's like...
Han was murdered?
A guy walks out and he's like, whoa, I can't believe Han died. And then like a line of people that are about to go into the theater...
Probably were fucking pissed.
First off, I think like people started throwing shit at him, and then a few guys got out of line and went over and like just pushed him around and like pretty much threw him out of the theater, even though the movie was over. Like, just get the fuck out. No one wants to see you anymore. And then somewhere, like one got hospitalized because a group of like cosplayers just beat the shit out of some person.
Don't get in the middle of fans and their fucking fandom, man. Especially Star Wars fans. Because 9 chances out of 10, they're military or cops.
What was funny was, like, after that happened, and there were, like, other people that were still waiting for, like, they had movies an hour later, and so they're standing in line, and you can hear, like, when Han dies, and you can see, like, the disappointment on their faces, because they already know, but they haven't seen the movie yet.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
So it's just like, wow, I wonder what happened.
Well, I figured it by the... Aww. My pants. Well, I got paint on my exercise pants. I figured out that he was gonna die based on the trailers. It sucks when you know storytelling. Well, and he didn't even want his character coming back for the fucking third one.
Yeah, he hated doing that.
He didn't hate the character. like, he just felt that Han should have died because he wasn't a character to, like, do what they did with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was very much a fly by the seat of your pants anti-hero. Like, he wasn't a hero at all. He was a dick. He was a smuggler. And he fucked with so many people that you could only do that for so long. And so that's why they put it in carbonite instead. Because they're like, look, let's just... Can you just do this instead? And then if you agree, awesome. If not, you're stuck in carbonite. And then this happened.
Wasn't, like, Indiana Jones coming out around the same time? Like, wasn't that becoming a bigger thing? So, like...
No.
I know in a bunch of interviews, like, even Harrison Ford being Harrison Ford, he always... You could kind of tell he enjoyed Indy.
Yeah.
Much more than...
Well, he didn't like... He
As you were saying, they made Han out to pretty much be like a... Not made him out to be, but he was just an asshole kind of character.
was.
So I'm pretty sure it wasn't that enjoyable to play an asshole compared to a lovable adventurer.
That we would absolutely love.
Yeah.
Well, that's because there was no Save the Cat.
For Han.
For Han. Absolutely none. In storytelling... there's a moment in time I'm gonna let this dry for a second. There's a moment in time in a movie near the beginning where you have what's called the Save the Cat. It is the moment in which the hero shows us what kind of hero they really are and causes us to instantly like them. And that is what's called Save the Cat. So Indy's Save the Cat comes in the very beginning, right? And it is when he saves the guy that's with him. When they're jumping over the pit.
Betrays him.
At the end,
the next
yes.
Scene.
Mm-hmm. That's Indy's Save the Cat. Han did not have such thing. So, for instance, like we meet our intrepid hero, and he literally saves the cat, and we instantly like him because what a good guy. I mean, cats are assholes, but it's so nice for saving that cat. Just kind of blending in some shadows here. Now I'm doing the reverse on the background to what I am doing with the dragon. Why? Because I can. No, and it's more interesting. So, dragon is cold with warm shadows. Background is warm with cold shadows. And I mixed dioxazine purple and Payne's gray, which is that blue, blacky gray. And a little bit of this blue. I think it's Prussian blue, which is my favorite blue. I use it often. And that's going to help create separation between the dragon and the background. And then we're going to glaze over this with rock color. Rock texture. Thrilling and exciting, huh? We're just burning upstream tonight. Woohoo! Tonight on stream, Sammy Castillo paints some rocks. Are they happy little rocks? No. So on my Tommy, I don't know if I said this yesterday, but on my Adventures of Tommy and Sammy comic strip, I'm gonna I decided that because it's just gonna be fucking hilarious, I'm going to my Sammy avatar, my cartoon Sammy, is going to resurrect Tommy from the dead. And what's going to be funny about that is... I need my Skoda brush. Yes. Is that, when they... in any horror movie or any movie where they bring the person back from the dead, they come back wrong. Like, so a good person comes back evil and twisted and demented. Well, that's Tommy normally. So I'm going to bring Tommy back from the dead with a ritual that I get from Sean and Dan instead of Sam and Dean, because it's funny. And and they're going to look like them because it's going to be hilarious. And I'm going to so I'm going to bring Tommy back from the dead, and he's going to come back wrong, but he's going to come back as like yuppie Tommy. So, and he's all super cautious and likes pretty things and can't draw. And what's going to be really fucked up and funny is that at one point, it's just going to be wrong. Like, he came back wrong, and everybody's like, but it's Tommy, he came back. And I'm like, it's not him, man. He came back wrong, and he's got an ascot and a dickie and wears loafers and, has the sweater and turned up and wants to cut off his ponytail. And right at the point where he's, like, trying to cut off his ponytail, he won't wear flat caps. He wants to wear a baseball cap with, like, a yacht symbol on it or whatever. And, I'm going to murder him again. I'm going to kill him and put him down. And I just have this mental image in my head that I just bludgeon him to death or hit him in the face with an axe or something. Like you do to your resurrected spouse. And the body's going to fall, but Ghost Tommy's going to be there, and he's going to be, like, dripping in ectoplasm. And he's going to be like, don't ever do that again. That was just wrong. Which I think is hilarious. And it's really fucked up, but it's gonna be beautiful. I mean, this coming from the man that made dating comics about a woman dating a zombie, and like the zombie's on the couch rotting, and she's sitting next to it, and she's like, we never talk anymore. Like, she has no idea that he's dead. Or they're laying in bed, and she's all sexy, and he's rotting with flies, and he's just, like, in the bed with her. And she's like, you never touch me anymore. We never have sex. We are never intimate. And she just keeps yammering on while, like, her husband's dead and rotting away. So, yeah, funny, right?
Some, like, dark Norman Bates kind of shit right there.
Isn't that great? That's fucking hilarious. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of people when they read that comic, they're going to be like, what? Did you just kill Tommy again? It wasn't Tommy, man. He came back wrong. He doesn't want to sit on it. He won't go to Disney. Doesn't like the parks at all.
You're like, hey, you want to watch your favorite Disney movie? He's like,
no.
Why would we watch Disney?
Let's watch football. Which everybody knows Tommy hated sports.
You come home and he's outside, and he's like hitting the ball, bouncing a basketball. He's like, look what I picked up this really cool trick. And you just walk up and stab the ball and let the air blow out.
No, like a dog.
Where did you get this?
You don't do that. Go draw. I don't like drawing.
It hurts my wrist.
Let's go ride our motorcycles. Motorcycles are unsafe. I think that would be the...
Starts reading off statistics of how many people get hurt every year.
I think that would be the creme de la creme. Where I'm like, no. You came back wrong. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm going to actually start drawing those on stream. I've been writing down all the ideas where I'm going to start, my timelines, that kind of thing. So I'm going to start drawing... What?
Preppy Tommy, you have a bit where he shaves off his beard, and he's just nothing but bare face.
Oh. That'd be terrible. I never saw Tommy without a beard. Only in pictures. Mm-mm. He thought about shaving it off, and I went, nope. When we first got the motorcycles, he had the really long beard, And the
Do you see it popped out from underneath the helmet?
It did. Well, because he didn't have a full face. He had the 3/4. But what would happen is it would come up like this and hit him right in the face. Or it'd split, like down the middle.
Yeah.
And, it would flip back and tickle his neck. And so he cut it super short. Same thing with his hair. That's why, like, he went from super long hair all the time to short hair. Not that you knew him before the motorcycle, but when I first met him, he had hair like almost down to his ass. He had longer hair than I did. And then we started riding the motorcycles, and you can't have super long hair like that. And he didn't like. I mean, I had it because I'm a girl and I'm used to it, and it didn't bother me. But he didn't like it. So, what do you think about those rocks? They looking rocky?
No, I like them. Yeah, it's real nice.
Oh yeah,
it's like you know something new.
It's like I do this for a living and shit. It's like whatever.
Yeah, I paint rocks for a living.
So what do you guys think about that idea of me resurrecting Tommy and then killing him again? Don't all answer at once. I mean, I wouldn't want to overwhelm Connor. Such a dick. I like that. Bueller. Nobody likes me. I got the black lung pop.
What is this? A building for ants?
It's got to be at least 10 times bigger. That was good. You're a mermaid with your wiener hanging out. Merman, Dad. Merman. What?
Ha 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 ha. Humor. Oh, like Wolf.
So I got Connor watching Future Man. And
gotta give the respect where respect is due for Corey Wolfhard.
Corey Wolfhard, that's right. He is totally my favorite character. Do you see now why he's my favorite character? His character development is just brilliant. It's just brilliant.
I think we all agree that Wolf should get his own TV show.
Just wait, you're not even
Wolf Hard. That's it. Wolf Hard.
You haven't even seen anything yet. Like,
there's only like 4 episodes left.
Oh no, shit gets weird real fast.
Oh, we haven't hit weird yet?
No, you have not. Shit goes down. It's real fast. Anyone? Really? Nobody's talking?
No.
It's kind of annoying. I switched to a different type of brush because I wanted more hard edges for the rocks.
Mm.
So I switched to a Skoda 10 from an Skoda 6, but the bristles are completely different. This is all natural hair, so it's super soft, golden Taklon. This is synthetic golden Taklon. Do you see the difference?
Mm.
You guys see the difference? So this is super soft. That's not so soft. Because I didn't want the soft, organic lines. I wanted it to be a bit more choppy. How's that commissioning coming, kid? Clearly nobody likes talking to us, so that's nice. That was not a pleasant feeling in my wrist. It hurts my wrist.
Kick-Ass said, I really need to watch Future Man. And then Jesse says, I was busy making a ham and cheese sandwich, but I like your idea about resurrecting Tommy. It sounds weird and outlandish, just my style. LOL.
You do really need to watch Future Man. I feel like I need to make that a homework assignment for you. Like, watch Superman. Future Man. Not Superman. Better than Superman.
So I was like, is it bad that I like Wolf more than anyone else?
Who said that?
Like that I'm personally worried more about Wolf than anyone else?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like Josh is your main focus, and it's like,
I like Wolf.
Anything could happen to him, but Wolf is like, if anything happens to Wolf.
Oh, and then you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, you think shit got weird now? Ugh. Yeah, it's just hilarious. Why haven't you watched it yet? Doing all these commissions and shit. It's like I'm teaching you a work ethic or something. Which I'm actually very terrible at, because I'm always like, what are you doing? You're distracting him. I'm distracting him. He's like, I gotta do the commission. It's like, work faster. Talk and work like I do. Apparently it doesn't work that way for him, though. What was that? Oh, BuzzFeed. Am I the only one that has not seen the Infinity Wars trailer and doesn't really care? Like, I thought I'd be way more excited about it. But I'm like, oh, okay. I'll watch it eventually.
Guy said, yeah, 2 jobs among other things.
Among other things? What are these other things?
He said, yes, you are the only one.
Thanks. That makes me feel good about myself. No, I'll watch it. Eventually. When does it come out? Next year, right?
May is their usual month of release for their movies, so it's probably going to be May something.
That was a weird sound. Was that you on the making that weird scrapey sound?
Yeah. You're really not missing much if you don't watch it. Like, if you kind of know the idea of, like, oh, Thanos shows up and just beats the shit out of everyone.
I usually wait until they do, like, the second or third trailer.
To when actually it shows.
Where it shows more and it's not just the tease. You know, because I think it's just a teaser trailer.
You get a lot out of this one. Like,
oh, I'll watch it. It's not that I don't want to watch it. I just, like, because I'm in the industry, of course, I'm just like, ugh. And I have to watch it because like, tomorrow or Saturday, when everybody's like, oh my god, did you see that Infinity trailer? I actually have to have somewhat of an answer.
Kick-Ass said, I'm just super excited to see Spider-Man in the Iron Spider armor suit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right, because you're, like, all obsessed about Spider-Man. And yet you picked a Harley Quinn print. And not my Spider-Man. But whatever, I mean... Not letting that one go anytime soon, just to let you know. Are stalactites the one that go down? And stalagmites the one that go up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you just saying that so I don't yell at you when I'm wrong?
It's like, is this a trick question?
No, I can't honestly remember. And there's stalactites and mites and...
Cameron said, and I'll say it the way he probably means to say it. He said, I didn't see it, okay? All caps.
Yeah. Yeah, your focus was elsewhere. It makes me giggle.
Yeah, I was right. Stalactites hang from the ceiling, stalagmites are the opposing ones.
Ooh, good word usage. What?
Kick-Ass said, yep, you got it, Connor.
That's why I keep him around. He's all sassy with me. Sorry, I think I blocked that with my hat.
He said, though you should just say everything I say as if you were a pissed off Sean Connery, because yes.
What? Oh, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Or Mickey Mouse. He actually does a really good Mickey Mouse. And he caught me off guard with it the first time he did it. And I, like, damn near pissed myself. It was fucking hilarious. Because I just wasn't expecting that. He said something really smart ass. And, like, it was fucking Mickey Mouse. And I was... It's just funny. I don't, with everything that's been going on the last couple months, I guess, I don't, it's hard to get me to laugh like that, and that just totally fucking threw me. So it just makes me laugh every time I think about it. I think he, like, said fuck you or something, I don't even remember. What did you say? If you remember. But, yeah, he was saying really insulting shit as Mickey Mouse. And it was really, like, spot on, too. It's kind of freaky. But Tommy used to do a super spot on Bobcat. Did he ever do that for you? Bobcat Goldsmith or Smith or whatever the fuck his name is?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. He was like spot on with that. And he did that, something very similar, which, yeah. So Tommy did that to me. We were driving. And he busted that out. And I laughed. And, like, I looked at him and I was, like, shocked as shit. And I didn't know if I liked it. I thought it was funny. And somewhere in there I was kind of sexually turned on by it at the same time. I don't know.
Kick-Ass said, I do not do the remember. Perfect.
We're going to work on your grammar. All my students learn to write properly.
Speak properly. That's a whole other ballpark.
We don't speak no properly here. Ah, look at my rocks. They're they look pretty? How do they look in the camera? They look good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they look like shit up close. I need that.
I'm just thinking about, I'm seeing like Tommy's face with the Bobcat voice.
I have, he did it on stream. We'll have to find it. He did it on stream. It was amazing. Just amazing. But the funny thing is that Kick-Ass, like, his timing of it was like in a very exact kind of situation where I just wasn't expecting it, and he just busted out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And you know when you get caught off guard by something, like really caught off guard, I just was in fucking stitches. It was hilarious.
He said, I know grammar, I was just being obnoxious.
You are being obnoxious.
And then Flump sneezes, says, Dragon!
Dragon! We are using, let's see, what are we mixing here? Dioxazine purple and Prussian blue with a little bit of the Souls of Virgins, aka Payne's Gray.
Touched with a little bit of the tears of orphans.
No.
Oh, is that for a different day?
Yeah, that's for, those are for greens, not blues.
Got it.
I'm really thirsty. And in we go. So I'm only really doing this deep bluey purpley color on the deepest shadows that I want to really separate. Really want to push back. Light pushes forward, dark pushes back. Anything interesting?
No.
Oh, it's like I gotta run the whole conversation. People must think I'm such a bitch. If they just chime in when I'm like, geez, nobody's talking. Ugh. Whatever. I'm sorry. You know what it is? I just don't have my tits hanging out. That's really what it is. I actually have a talent to display, and I didn't pay for them. There's one girl that actually got some some Twitch live stream girl. She live streams she's a cosplayer, but she live streams pretty much 24/7, like her daily life. And she was live streaming after the con at the rap party with all the celebrity guests. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the celebrities were super pissed because what she was doing is illegal. She was filming people without their permission. So every time she came near me, and you know, people, and it was the fucking perverts and shit, where like her and her fans, because it was a closed party, she told people where the party was. So these like creeper fans came in that nobody knew who the fuck they were, and she was streaming, you know, live, And people would donate, or not donate, but people would give her money so that she would do squats.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
She walked by our booth when we were there.
Yeah.
The guys that were right next to us,
Mm-hmm.
she went in front of them and did like a whole...
Yeah, and she's a small girl with big giant fake tits, and like that's her talent. So every time she came over by me, I was in the middle of talking with Diana. She was in the middle of I was in the middle of talking with, I don't remember who I was talking with. David Finch, I think. And she just comes over and just completely interrupts our conversation and starts asking, like, what's my hair color, all this shit. And on the live streaming, and starts talking to me about what I'm asking me, like interrupts me about what I'm drinking and everything. And I look at her and I like kind of bark my response to her, and then David Finch is an older comic book artist, and he's like 60s, 70s, and he looks over at me like, yeah, we're talking about business, and he's like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, that's some girl that actually doesn't have any talent. You know, she actually purchased her talent, and her talent are her giant fake tits. And I would say it super, super loud. And she'd have to walk away from me, or her fans would hear it. So she would just walk away. And I was like, yeah, her only talent are her giant fake tits and her fake bleached blonde hair. I'm sure she tells everybody that it's natural, just like her tits. Yeah, it was funny. It was pretty funny, actually. And she didn't come around me very often. She was also getting pissed off because all of the celebrities were talking to me. Because I don't have a fucking camera. And I'm smart and way more attractive than she is. And I have a brain. And I don't need to do squats to get attention. Yeah, she's like huge on Twitch. I don't know who she is, but I honestly, even if she told me her name, I blocked it out because it was useless knowledge. Surprisingly enough, though, I haven't gotten anybody to be rude to me. Other girls will come on here and get like sexually objectified, and so far I have not yet. Not that I'm waiting for it, but it hasn't happened yet. Probably because they'll know that I'll find them and I'll fucking stab them in the throat.
Oh shit!
Just kidding.
Went from a punch to a stab.
I'm Jersey.
It's a mix of both. You're just gonna have
I'm a fucking
brass
Castillo.
knuckles with a nice blade on the front.
That's right. And like in Future Man, I gotta have that, like, what do they call the blade? Power blade or something stupid like that.
Or if you just get a closer look at Wolf's gun, it's literally just brass knuckles.
Yeah, the brass knuckles with a blade on the front. I love the silliness of their weapons. It's just a beautiful thing. I mean, the writers did 100% did their job. 100%. It's just fucking hilarious. So you see how adding that purple, that purpley blue, really popped the color up, really added that depth. Turn your watch sounds off, please, while we are streaming. I don't like it.
Your phone's gone off so many times.
I'm the boss.
And? It's
do as I say, not as I do. Well, you know what? When you're the boss
Wait,
and
should I not paint like you then?
when you're the boss and you have an assistant, then you can have hypocritical rules that
I do
apply.
have an assistant. It's called schizophrenia, and every time he comes out, he does whatever I want.
Nicely done. Still.
Sierra said, "Hi, Mom."
Oh, hi.
I said, "Badass dragon."
Thank you. How are we liking the dragon so far, kids? I'm really liking what this bluey purple is doing with the shadows. Oh, fuck. Oh, I need a chiropractor.
Flemschneezy said, "She got it a little wrong. It's do as I say. There is nothing beyond that because nothing else matters."
That is true.
And then Jesse says, "Dragon is looking awesome."
Thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of painting at half speed. Sorry. Tireds. Blame Kick-Ass for that one. I kind of like that shadow right there because it makes him look like he's like, yes. Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Like a hard underbite.
Yes. Here's Howard Longtooth. Yes.
It's like no matter how hard he tries, his mouth is always open. There's just a little divot.
His wife's name is Bunny. Yes, Bunny. Better. Well, I actually, if you want to know how I knew to actually put the shading there, so Tommy did the math, and you've got the jawbone right here, right? The edge of your jawbone, or the dragon's jawbone is here. So if we were to follow logic, okay, he had the shadow coming up this way, the spikes or the beardy things coming down. So this would, because of the angle, his chin is right here. Can you see that? Like right there. That's his chin. So I knew how to put the shadow, where to put the shadows, because his chin comes down, and then his jawbone comes down and around like that. Get it? And why did I know how to do all that? That was not a rhetorical question.
Oh, I just thought it was because you know everything. Because you're Tommy's greatest student at everything. And you're smart.
Literally at everything. It's kind of fucking scary, actually, the tale that I can get. No. I meant because he did the math. Do you know what I mean by he did the math?
That he probably...
You can see the bone structure under the skin. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I'm having girl issues at the moment. Don't you just hate it when your bra's too tight? I have a very loaded comment that I can't say in present company. I'm being good. Sierra still watching?
No, she's driving home.
Oh. Fine. I won't make a girl joke. Wow, that's like way blue on that. Weird.
Gypsy Bolt said, hello, anyone in the chat?
Yes. We've got folks in the chat. I became Russian for a moment. Forgive me. I don't know why I thought of that story after saying that. There be dragons.
Justin said, never experienced that problem, Sammy.
Well, when you get your boobs, you will. When you grow up and to be into a fine, pretty lady, you will, Justin.
Into the beautiful, independent woman you are.
Yeah. Go through fucking paper towels like nobody's business. Jeez.
Gypsy Bolt said, hey, and just popped. Beautiful work. Just popped it over to say hi.
Hello. And thank you. Okay, there needs purple in this. Why is it so blue? Is my hat in the way?
No, you're good.
What's our time so far?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow. I wonder if I should try and finish this tonight for the show tomorrow. Or maybe I'll bring it with me and paint at the show. It's already on a board. Who's gonna come and visit me at the show tomorrow? Well, nobody, because the show doesn't start until fucking Saturday. But then, I don't think anybody actually on stream is even in the area remotely. Are you clicking it back and forth between views? Just trying to. Oh, I can. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, you're good.
I So Connor will be doing, for those of you that see me at San Diego or Gen Con, Connor will be at those shows with me. In the middle of the year. What else? What other shows are you going to do with me? Well, because you're going back to school,
Yeah,
right?
I'll have to see any weekend
kids.
shows I could make that are just the weekend, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or anything that actually runs from, like, I can miss, like, 2 weeks worth of class. So
Right.
any of the bigger shows that
What's with these 20-year-olds wanting to fucking go to college? I mean, really? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. It's annoying. When does your semester? You start on the
8th.
The 8th.
January. So
Yeah. Kick-ass, when do you start in January? I think he starts right around the same time as you. If he's still watching. I know he's doing his commission. I gotta hand it to him. He's got a good work ethic. Which is surprising because I don't often meet people with good work ethics, male or female. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Unless I just scare him into it. Not him particularly, I mean people. You had a good work ethic. From the start.
I was about to say, had.
You had a good work ethic
Start.
from the start. You have a phenomenal Castillo level work ethic now. Well, sort of now. It's not there yet. You're at like 50% Castillo level. Which is good. That's like 10 times the amount of any normal person. I think he starts right around the same time as you. Apparently schools do that. They all start around the same time. What classes are you taking?
I have English Comp 2, which is pretty much just
bullshit English.
Yeah.
Is that what the chick that didn't teach you how to fucking write a short story?
Yeah. That's why I'm so happy to be taking it, so I can go back in there and
write
I'm like,
write
yeah.
better than her.
And so whenever I get something wrong, and she's like, "That's not right," and I'm like, "Oh well, my actual teacher,
my actual published writer, teacher, mentor says you're an asshole."
But I have that one, and then I have Intro to Business.
That's good.
And then College Algebra.
College algebra.
It's one of the.
You guys are pretty much taking the same exact courses. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, a few of them are the lovely required courses.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's got to take those. He's taking, because he's going back the first time, or he's going, I think he's taking English 1. So now I get to do 2 people's college homework for them. Yeah. I'm just kidding. You can do your own fucking homework.
Wasn't expecting you to do anything.
No, I know. I meant, by do, I mean mentor. Especially when it comes to English. You know? It's just... Is she even published? Is she a published writer?
No, but she really pushes that she's a doctor. which is
that's
not
wonderful.
much.
You know the theory of something, but it doesn't mean you fucking can actually do it to save your life.
And actually, I think she based her doctorate off of Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh my god.
God.
It's not
that important.
Her doctorate is on Poe. Even Poe thought the shit that he wrote was pretentious and pedantic. Although you should go in there and tell her that your mentor thinks that Poe's writing is pretentious and pedantic. I mean, it kind of is. See if she even knows that word. Pedantic. I know she probably knows pretentious. Any plebe knows that word. So I'm laying in the shadows pretty heavy underneath so that there's more contrast going upwards with the gold coloring. Once I do the gold. If anybody was wondering. Have fun?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. So glad.
Are you?
Yeah. I have no... I don't go to a 9-to-5 job. I get to sit on my butt and paint all day if I want. And people give me money for it. Most of the time. And, I get to, mold young minds.
May it be good or bad.
I never said that. I said I just mold them. How they get molded depends on the person.
It's either with fine detail or you just drop it on the ground and say, that's a good job.
It's always with fine detail. It just depends on...
Should I knead it softly or throw the thing down to get all those terrible air bubbles out?
No. First you slam it and then you knead it gently. Oh. You always have to slam it first. It doesn't matter who or what.
Beat the shit out of it.
Just beat the fuck out of it first and then you can properly mold. I'm still trying to figure out how this wing goes. Now I have to tell you guys, this was drawn by Tommy, early 2000s? My ear just popped. Late 90s, early 2000s? So, over 20 years ago, pretty much. And his awesome wife paints it 20 years later. I don't know if this was painted or not. Pretty sure it was. I don't remember. Ugh. Hold on. I need to scratch my head. Alright, better. There we are. So are you learning a lot from from your lessons at the Castillo Atelier?
Is that to a me question or?
No, I'm asking. Yeah, Cameron's not watching. He just messaged me. That's a you question.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot because this is I won't say the few times, but this is one of the only times I actually get to sit down.
See me paint.
And watch you paint, yeah.
Picking a lot up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you watched Tommy paint some, right?
Yeah, some. Like, I don't think I ever got, like, the teachings in between. It was mostly just, like, sitting there and watching.
Do we work similarly?
Mm-hmm. It feels more like, obviously, like, you're not as fast as he was.
No,
But, like, this is almost, I feel like I get to see what's happening at a slower pace.
Yeah.
So I get to take it in and actually...
Yeah. It's not like, done.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? I am a slower painter than he is, but I also wasn't doing it for 30 years, so there you go. He was. And I'm out of practice, to be honest with you. I haven't. But I'm painting faster now than I was when I restarted painting like a month ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm knocking shit out in like 30, 40 minutes. Stream I always take longer because I'm talking and not even talking, I'm just taking longer. So you want to start learning color theory?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cool exercises. I loved color theory, learning color theory. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Do we have dog leaking?
Yeah.
This means we hit our 3-hour mark.
Yep.
Oliver starts crying like almost to the minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we at 3 hours?
Yeah, we're at 3 hours. Yeah. He's actually on point.
Huh?
You were right. He's on point with that. At the minute mark.
At 3 hours, he's like, cry, cry, cry. You haven't paid attention to me. How's his neck? Is it still as big as it was?
Yeah.
Is it bigger?
It's definitely bigger.
Fuck. Bring him in.
It looks like it's not just like that pocket. It feels like it actually looks like it's a swirl.
Aww.
Yeah.
Poor boy, let me see you. Okay. Hi. No, you're fine. Leave her in there. She can get down on her own. Yeah, Oliver got attacked by something. He got stung by something. How you doing, boy? We'll go to the vet tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to have to delay our trip over. Sorry. So Oliver got stung like under his jaw. And he's all warbly gooked. You want to lick the painting? He's not acting like it hurts. It's actually it's about the same as it was.
Because I know like every time he starts walking around, he'll start like digging his neck into the ground.
Yeah, probably he's really itchy.
Yeah.
So. I'm going to call you. You might have to come earlier than noon. Because I'm going to have to take him to the vet in the morning. We'll see how the morning lasts. Look at you. What did you get into? What stung you? Huh? You got a bite. Yeah. All right. Can I finish the head and then we'll stop? Okay. Okay. going to finish this and then... Oop, wrong brush. Go tend to the mutt. It's probably really itchy. Because he got bit twice here and then... Where are you going? He's a weirdo. So I'm actually going to be painting over the bone to make it look more bone, but I want to make sure I get those deep shadows in there too, so. There we go. And I just want to fix this real quick. I don't like this harsh line going into this. Blend it out. Alright. So I'm going to have to cut it there to take care of the mutt. Poor guy. Make sure he's okay. I have this show... the convention. When do I have the convention? I leave tomorrow, so no streaming tomorrow. Come back on Monday. So I think I might move my day up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe just leave Friday. You guys let me know. Let's see. I'll have everything back up on next week. In terms of anything that didn't sell at the show or eBay, things like that. The Christmas print is still available for about another week. I will be stopping the sale of those on the 15th of this month. They should start coming out for shipping next week. I'm just waiting on a paper order. Let me think what else. If I owe you anything, I'm still in the process of getting all that stuff out. Remarks, originals, and that kind of thing. And I think that is pretty much it. So, I'm going to leave it here. I'll probably complete it at the show. If not, I guess I might jump back on it on Tuesday. So, I'm going to bid you all adieu. Take care of my goitered dog. And, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Any last words, Connor?
Just reading off the comments. Flem says, thanks for streaming. Jesse says, Nighter, Sammy, and Connor, have a great time at the con, Sammy.
Thank you. And good night.